Hey guys, Zayman here, and today we're going to be talking more about Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and some more things that could possibly be shown in the film. But before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe, and if you haven't already, check out this video I posted a few days ago talking about the trailer. Now, let's begin. So the first thing I want to talk about here is the brand new characters that we haven't yet seen in the Sonic cinematic universe. We had Sonic the Hedgehog 2 to introduce two new characters, Tails and Knuckles. And now we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which needs to introduce two new characters. With Shadow obviously being one of them, there is another character and needs to be introduced. And honestly, I think the perfect choice for this would be Amy Rose. This is because we have not had any female representation from any of the Sonic characters in the Sonic cinematic universe. And I feel like Amy would be the perfect choice to turn this around, either Amy and/or Rouge. These two both play massive roles in Sonic Adventure 2, the game this is heavily inspired by, and it would be great to see them on the big screen. Not to mention last year, the Hypnosis plot for Sonic 3 got leaked, and some interesting stuff was mentioned in it. It states here that the gang travels to Egypt to meet a pink hedgehog who claims to predict the future, while Robotnik returns from hell and awakens a new challenger, Shadow the Hedgehog. Even though Amy is not known to predict the future and much rather known for her romantic interest in Sonic, this obviously points at Amy being in the movie. Fans have also noticed in the trailer that there is a hidden character that Paramount is saving for the movie. As you can see closely, there is a shadow, pun intended. But there is nobody there. Fans have been saying this is Amy standing there, but they are not showing her yet because they are saving it for the movie. There are also a few other images which show visual effects and flashing lights, but there is nobody there to show for it. This is the exact same thing Marvel did to hide Toby and Andrew in the trailers for No Way Home, but fans could easily point this out due to faulty CGI. The next thing I want to talk about in this video is how dark they could potentially make this movie. We noticed that Sonic is looking a lot more older and stronger in this movie, but something else we have noticed is that he is a lot more angry and serious in this movie compared to the other two. Not to mention, we have not witnessed any deaths of major characters in the Sonic cinematic universe yet, so I honestly think the character that will be the one to turn this around is Tom. Think about it. Ever since the start of the Sonic cinematic universe, Tom has been Sonic's idol, role model, and parental figure. He has been there for Sonic throughout almost all of his teenage life, and has been there to guide him through every step of his adventures. And at the start of the trailer, Tom says to Sonic that after all that he has been through, it never changed who he really was. And in this scene, we see Tom in the gun uniform followed up with Shadow punching a hole in something. I think Shadow will kill Tom here, and this will change Sonic's mindset and drive him into a state of anger and revenge. This might be a bit of a stretch, but I think we could get a reference to Dark Sonic, even though he's not canon. The next thing I would like to touch on is potentially seeing Metal Sonic in this movie. In every Sonic movie we have gotten so far, Eggman has ended up as the main villain for each one. For the first movie, he got Sonic's quill to power up his machine to try and take him down. Knuckles was the villain for the second one, but he ended up on Sonic's team and Eggman was the main villain. But for Sonic 3, it looks like Shadow will be the main villain here, but deep down I think Eggman will take the spot for the main villain. We see Sonic give Eggman his quill in the trailer, which he used to mimic Sonic's powers to power up his machine in the first movie. And we see him take Sonic's quill again in this movie. This could mean he uses the quill to create Metal Sonic, and Sonic and Shadow must team up to stop them. Or all three of them have a free-for-all, as I do not see Shadow teaming up with Sonic, because this would be a repeat of the last movie. But I can see Eggman turning on Sonic, just like how he turned on Knuckles to get what he wanted. Not to mention, with the way Paramount has been advertising this movie, it seems like Sonic, Shadow, and Eggman are gonna be the big three of this movie. So think Eggman will reprise his role as the villain and not just Sonic's sidekick. Not to mention, Jim Carrey said he would only come back if the script was written in gold ink. So they must have cooked up something good for Eggman in order to get Jim Carrey, the man who never does sequels, to come back. The last thing I want to touch on is the post-credit scene for this movie. If Metal Sonic does not appear as a villain in this movie, I do not think he will be in the post-credit scene. 'Cause yes, he is a big Sonic character, but not big enough for his very own movie. So I think the next best thing would be Silver. As to what Silver could do in the next Sonic movie, I have no idea. But it would be really good to have him as a main character. If I had to guess who should voice Silver, it would either be Hayden Christensen, James Franco, or Topher Grace. But anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my speculations on this movie. Like I said, we are getting closer and closer every day, and I think the time is going to fly by. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time.